Okay, guys, so we just seen the video and let's talk about our first topic, the general specific of street discipline. In the previous episode dedicated to park and street, we talked about the specifics of park, how it differs from vert and street. We talked about the specifics of vert, and now here in our episode, we should talk a little bit about street and how it differs from the other disciplines from your point of view. So who wants to take this one?
I'll go first then.
All right.
The street discipline is pretty much all the obstacles that you can find on the streets. The ledges, the curbs, the stairs, the handrail, the banks. And so I'll take it as the skaters try to like film a line as they would for a video. So they try to like combine 6, 7, 8, 9 tricks in all the street park just to make the best run as possible.
Okay. And one thing that comes to mind, it's probably the format. Many viewers are familiar with it because in street, you have the runs and then you also have the tricks. So what is the kind of the specific for the street tricks part of the event? Can we talk a little bit more about that? What is the point of the individual tricks, so to say?
Yeah, I can jump in on this one real quick, Martin. I think it actually mimics real street skateboarding a little bit more by not only having just the runs, because I think in video parts, like when people are producing video parts for skateboarding, they put like lines together and then they also have single tricks. And I think by having the single tricks component in contests provides a more realistic like skateboarding approach. And I think single tricks are equally as important as runs in not only video parts, but in the contest setting. And I believe that's why they got introduced years ago, and it's continued to be a staple in the street skateboarding contest scene.
Okay, that makes sense because, you know, like you guys mentioned the videos, and some people were good in making lines, and some people were just having bangers. And I think that this kind of mixture balance the components and provides like equal opportunities to the different styles of skateboarding and the variety of tricks all together.
Yeah, and I think just the overall impression in general, like what a skateboarder is capable of given the platform to do it. But yeah, like Stefan and Matt both said, it's how do we preserve the, you know what I mean, the integrity of skateboarding and where it came from and street skateboarding. Obviously these two have they were probably skating before I was even born, but which is awesome. But yeah, it brings both aspects into play. And who doesn't like to see skateboarders like throwing their best stuff in the best trick section and, you know, just going all for it. And it really keeps the, you know, the integrity of street skateboarding. You get to see everything.
Makes perfect sense. And it's kind of like the blending, the kind of the evolution of it, because the best trick contests were always part of competitive skateboarding in the past. And now they are actually integrated into the format of the event. And that makes complete sense. Now, how would you compare the street, for example, to park? Because in park skating, we look in, and we discussed this with the judges in the park episode. We look a little bit on different things than in street, in my opinion. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. I mean, there's a really big difference between street and park. One is the format. Another is street skateboarding competition. Like you can fall, you can bail, but you can continue and finish your run and still hopefully redeem yourself, I guess, like recover. But I think in park, this is just one aspect, but in park, it's, you know, the second that you fall, your run is done. and there's no recovering from that because chances are you're at the bottom of the bowl, and you know, who knows where your board went? I don't know, but that's just one aspect. Is the format is different, and it is so for a reason, given the terrain. So that's just one thing that I can add to that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think there's an aspect too of park skating is definitely about like connecting tricks into lines, like and finding your way around the bowl or the park feature. In street skating, runs have that as well to an extent, but it definitely differs from park. I think in street, it's definitely the way you do the tricks, but it's also the more difficult tricks, you know, are often rewarded, whereas park skating can be more the way a line is, you know, done and put together inside of a bowl can definitely help your score.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I understand from you know, what you describe and what the park judges describe is that in street the skater can choose the way and kind of pre-select the obstacles he wants to hit within his line and performance, while in the park it's kind of the terrain that kind of dictates more where is it possible to go, and then it's up to the skater and his abilities and the bag of tricks what he's able to do there and connect it in the best kind of outcome in his performance or her performance, right?
Okay.
Correct.
I think that describes it, and let's move to the next topic.